Hey, what's going on with it, bros, women, bros, and packs? This is the one, the only Nintendo Freak 2011, aka Criticism Guide 2009. Before I do begin the video, I did a little bit of research here and there, except for number 2, even though I already know a lot about it, but as far as EV and stat-wise competitive battle, I'm probably shit on that. I'm not gonna lie, except for the scope lens and all that leftover shit. Yeah, I'm a little good at that, but the rest I'm kind of crap. I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna have to do a 2-part video on this, so yeah. Without further ado, let's begin. So number 10 on the list, and you guys probably can't see it, but I guarantee you it's really fucking badass. Definitely boss as fuck. Matter of fact, I'll just play the thing for you real quick. And that is Scyther. Go back. Pause. So yeah, Scyther number 10. He's really fucking awesome as shit. He's really what else can I say? You know, he has sights for fucking hands. He was one of the first gen Pokemon I grew up with. Is there anything else I could have to say besides that? I think he was in a Koga episode, I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I remember the first time I actually saw him was not until all the way in the Orange Island leagues when I actually saw him when he was traveling with Tracy and shit at that time. Ash, Missy, and Tracy after Brock left with Professor Ivy at that time. And I think that's when later on they started showing Scizor and stuff, and that shit was pretty fucking boss. Not gonna lie. Shit was badass. You know, he was just a boss. You know, the way he smacked the shit out of Team Rocket by cutting off all their hair and all their clothes. Straight out fucking G as hell. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. It's just so many fucking epic proportions with this Pokemon. As far as competitive battle goes, I'm not too sure on that. No, speed. He's probably one of the 5th or 6th fastest when it comes to battling with the NU, OU, etc. tier type of shit. But yeah, you know, he's pretty epic as fuck. You know, design, the interior. This is the top 10 best Pokemon designs of all time, by the way. Just in case I forgot to mention it, which I probably did. You know, he's just straight, you know, balling like a motherfucker. That's what I'm gonna say about that. And I like the little mohawk thing he had to go on. I know he's one of Bugsy's Pokemon I used back in the days. I know it's evolved into Scizor later on when the other dude, he had him. I forgot. I'm not sure. I don't think it was Sydney. The other one, Aron, the 4th generation for the Elite Four. He was pretty fucking special defense. Defense and special defense. This guy is a literally sweeper. Straight out. So yeah, that's number 10 on the list right there. And coming in at number 9 real quick, fucking Haunch Girl. And I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but this thing is boss as hell. I mean, I know you can't see it that well, but that's just, you know, not going to say it's the best I could do it. Let me just go into the thing. So yeah, let me talk about Haunch Girl now. Haunch Girl, you know, he's pretty much G as fuck too, you know, and he's basically like a Pokemon pimp. That's what it is. I've seen a lot of jokes and memes on him. The reason why he's special is he's like that intense color interior design, you know, that Intimidate. I'm really surprised why this Pokemon didn't have Intimidate. It's a dark and flying. 2nd evolution to Murkrow back in 2nd generation, the Johto League, you know, with the Pokemon Crystal later on when they introduced Battle Frontier. It's just all over the place. You know, it's pretty epic as shit. It's the last thing you wanted to fuck with. I know it has, it can learn Defog, Fly, obviously. Night Slash is probably one of the signature moves besides Light Bird later on. That would be their move. And same with Cacturne and every other dark type move in the book now. Especially with 6th generation X and Y coming out. Can't even imagine how many dark types are going to be in there. It's just going to be fucking phenomenal and believable. And yeah, that's really all I had to say about Haunch Girl. I don't know, as far as attacks and everything goes, and he's one of the only Pokemon that flying type that can learn Thunder Wave besides Zapdos. That shit is what makes him really fucking special to me, because I can learn Thunder Wave. No other Pokemon can. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about Haunch Girl. He's basically a pimp with a hat. He's kind of got like that Lucario's original owner. I think his name was Aron too. He had that mystical hat and he Roar Spear. Any of you guys know what I'm talking about, you can leave the comment down below. Even though most of you probably won't. So yeah, coming in at number 8. Even though that's not really number 8 there. Let's see if I can find number 8. Just give me a second. I don't even know where it's at. It should be on here somewhere though. We'll go back to here. Number 8. And this is all my little drawing. Well, not drawings. This is all these fan arts that people made and shit. Really badass. You know, I gotta commend them for it because Quite honestly, I would never be able to draw like that if it had to save my life. Seriously. Number 8. Give me a second here. Fucking Mantyne. What can I say about Mantyne? I know that I have said already. I'm not sure if I even have it on here. And if I did, I'm gonna feel a dumbass. No, I didn't have him on here. So, yeah, Mantyne, what can I say about him? You know, first off, back in the days, he had Remoraid and everything like that on his shoulder, and then after, I think, 3rd generation, they took him off. Not sure why, but I guess it would have been like a special evolution for him to evolve an artillery. And given the fact of the matter, it was one of the first water flyings besides Gyarados, which he can't even learn no fucking flying type moves. That's what pissed me to fuck off, seriously, you know? That wasn't cool, you know? The developers and the editors and everyone else, you know, were gonna make a Pokemon like this. Well, not like this, I'm talking about Gyarados. They should have given him some other flying type moves, should have expanded its wings or something, you know? Seriously, that's kind of crap. Should just make a water dragon already, so every other little fanboy out there can stop complaining about it. You know? I'm not trying to make this in a rant. I'm just trying to, you know, state the fucking obvious, you know? Anyways, Mantyne, you know, what can I say about him, you know? They ended up in 4th generation, they gave him Mantyne, Manakite's baby pre-evolution, I think. Yeah, that's what it is. You know, I liked its cry in anime a lot better when he did roar or something like that. He sounded like a lion with a little disease or something like that, or if he was sick with a cold. But I thought it was hilarious as fuck. The little feelers, they should have gave it some kind of move. Even though they gave it supersonic infuse rate, they should have. I wish it would have made it like Ghost Water or something. I know this sounds weird because I know you got Frillish and Jellicent in the 5th generation that are Ghost Water, but you know, what comes to mind with this thing, I really wish they would have given it another evolution, so that way it could have been better, but this isn't a Pokemon that need evolutions. I might do that in my criticism guide channel, we'll see. And, yeah, that's really all I can say about it. It's one of the first Pokemon that could ever learn Bounce, too, besides Rapidash, so that's another thing that made him super special. So that's a number 8 for you. Coming in at number 7, some of you guys would probably agree with me. Other you guys might think, oh, you should have put number 1, because this might be some people's number 1 list, but for me, he's number 7. And number 6 is going to be a tie with 2 other Pokemon you already just saw. So, Drapion, fucking Drapion. God. When I first saw the 7th generation, the 4th generation for Sinnoh and everything back in 07 when I was still in high school and shit, that thing blew the fuck out of my mind, seriously. The only place you could catch his first evolution, Squircapie, is in the Great Marsh. It was supposed to be like a replacement for like, the Safari Zone for 2nd and 3rd generation, and of course first, the whole Glitch City back in the day, so you know. Oh, speaking of which, I know Glitch City, she's doing her little Let's Play on Pokemon Emerald. I was looking at it for a little bit. I kind of got bored of it, but then every once a week I'll check up on it, so you know. She's already well known. If you don't know who she is, probably been sleeping under a rock, especially if you're a Pokemon fan. So yeah, what can I say about Drapion? I think it was one of the first Pokemon to have his own signature move, which was Cross Poison besides Toxicroak when they were introducing 4th generation. What else can I say? They should have did something with those fangs. I know it could learn Crunch and shit like that, but should have gave it like something like Hyper Fang, Giga Impact. I'm not sure if you can do that if you breed it with Giga Impact, but I'm just trying to state the obvious, you know. Talking out of my own mind right here. I'm not talking out of my ass, you know. If you think that's the case here, then you're gonna have to get the hell out. But if not, stay by all means. What else can I say? I love the interior design because it's kind of like a evil bad version of Slinky Dog. Every time I saw it, it's kind of like the evil version of Slinky from Toy Story. If any of you guys don't remember Toy Story from back in the days, I actually did a video and I only got like 4 views on my criticism guide channel, so you can check that out if you want. And yeah, I never really saw the shiny version for it. I should have seen all the shiny versions for this. I was just too lazy to go on Cerebi.net or Bulbapedia or even Pokebeach, etc. There's a lot of Pokemon information sites out there if you want to be just starting. If you're just starting to get into Pokemon, if you're new at it, or if you've never heard of it before, which you probably have to be from a third world country by now to know that. Everything in modern day society is huge as fuck when it comes to that. So yeah, that's basically Drapion for you, and I think he might have been able to learn some fire type moves after he wasn't Bug Poison anymore. He ended up becoming Dark Poison later on. So yeah, that's the concept for Drapion. Number 6, it was both of these Pokemon, and guys are gonna have to forgive me on this, but it's Kingdra and Aggron. And let me tell you something about Kingdra. The thing that I really loved about Kingdra is that they finally gave Seadra a fucking evolution. It definitely well earned and well deserved, you know, for that Pokemon. Because when it made the Water Dragon, I was jumping for joy at that time. I was like 10, 11 years old when that shit came out back in the days, early thousands childhood days, after my 90s childhood was all done. I love the, like I always say, the interior design, the little belly that I had on there. They could have put like maybe spikes or something on there, or maybe something real epic like saw blades, you know, something real cool like that, you know. But yeah, it was one of the first Pokemon I think was able to learn Dragon Breath, and that was that Pokemon signature move way back in the days, way before the emulators, all the hack games, what else? All the little comic books, fan books that are out there, you know, that were created for the series. That's all you had back then was Dragon Breath at that time. You know, it's hard as fuck. Until around, I don't want to say third, mostly like fourth and fifth, they started making way more Dragon type moves, especially in fourth. They literally milked every single move out of the book when it came to this one. Seriously. I had no idea why they did this, but they just fucking did. And another thing that was funny as shit about it is, what's it called? Especially when they had Palkia, Dialga, and Giratina later on for Platinum. They just went bananas. Game Freak went bananas when it came to getting with 4th generation like Dragon type Pokemon. And Clair was the owner, and I loved the hell out of Clair. I know like Whitney and Jasmine was okay, but Clair was my fucking girl back in those days. Before that was probably Sabrina in 1st gen, and that was it. But yeah, you know, I really wish like once again they would have did something with its ears or its feelers or something like that. Maybe they could have gave it some different kind of moves, some stabilities, you know. I'm just putting it fucking out there, you know. Could have did something. I think he does do something with its fins. I'm not sure. I know it knows a lot of water type moves. Of course, it's going to be bad against fairy type Pokemon when X and Y comes out because, you know, apparently fairy types. I remember back in the days, and I already said this and quoted this a couple times on my other 2 updates for X and Y, like 2-3 months ago. Fairy type was a monster category. It wasn't actually what's it called? It wasn't a type until way later on, up to now, you know. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about Kingdra. You know, the eye colors look at beast as fuck, so it's like one thing you really don't want to fuck with on a thunderstorm day. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about him. Now Aggron at number 6. I couldn't choose for the life of me this one, so yeah. Aggron, what can I say about this buddy? Let me tell you something about Aggron. When I actually first saw this Pokemon, and I just set this to my background, no, I did that. Okie dokie, so yeah. When I first saw Aggron, I thought it was literally a fucking enhanced version of like Rhyhorn and Rhydon, fused and mixed, combined together with steel. This is what I thought was crazy. And I'm gonna have to do a part 2 on this. So yeah, you guys keep it easy, keep it tight, and be easy. Talk to you later. Goodbye. And yeah, late, and see you in the next one. Be easy, guys.